Hello and welcome to West Wales. We are on the beach at Newgale, which is a few miles down the coast from where we live. And you can probably hear dogs, see all sorts of things in the background. It's low tide, so there's lots of exposed beach. So we're going to have a bit of a walk. Am I going to get that ball back? Am I going to get that ball back? So yesterday we were at the beach in Newgale. Today we're off to Fishguard. Just walked the dog on the beach. Little bit wet because it is raining. There's a big storm coming in about 3 or 4 hours time. The rain's already started. The high winds are due, but they're not here yet. So I'm just gonna go over to Fishguard and pick up some various kind of vegetables and things so that we don't have to go out tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a little bit disgusting weather-wise, and there is a weather warning, and we live on the coast, so I do take notice of the weather warnings, and I try not to actually go out and about when we've got these severe weather warnings. Probably being a bit overcautious, but you know, rather be safe than sorry. So next stop, as I say, Fishguard. I want to go to the library because I'm hoping that the book I've ordered is in stock. Gonna also go to the charity shop because I want to pick up something for my next sewing project, which is an upcycling project, or kind of an upcycling project. It's more that I don't want to kind of spend a load of money on fabric when I just haven't done very much sewing in quite a long time. So I really want to practice on things that are not precious. You know, I don't want to go and buy the most gorgeous fabric and then mess up what I'm doing. So that's the logic behind that. And also, you know, I'm a bit cheap sometimes, so there is that. It's not going to be a big charity shop haul. I literally have one thing I want to buy, so I'm going to just pop into a couple of the charity shops. If I find what I'm looking for in the first charity shop, that'll be it. I'll be done, because I need to get back. There's all sorts of things to do. We had visitors for the last 4 days, so there is, you know, just a little bit catching up to do. So that's the plan. Anyway, enough of me waffling, and let's go off to Fishguard. What I'm looking for is in the menswear department. I do have something very specific in mind, but it's always good to just have a little browse. If I see something I think Andrew might like, then I'll pick it up. And also, I have been advised that I really do need to look at men's shirts for quilting. But what I'm after is on this rack. Next stop is the library. Here we are back in the echoey conservatory, and I'm really hoping that these new microphones are going to cut out some of the echo, because they have noise cancelling on them. So fingers crossed you can hear me okay. It's raining. You might well be able to hear the rain on the roof, but it hasn't started with the kind of the big storm that is due to come in. Okay, so what have I got in my various collections of things that I've kind of bought to show you? And I thought what I'd do today is actually do a bit of planning of projects that I want to share on the channel in the coming 3 months. So I have got some hand spinning projects that I have already decided that I'm going to do, and I'll just recap them quickly. So I've got some cotton that I want to try spinning. I've never spun cotton before, so I'm really looking forward to trying that. It is supposed to be quite difficult, so we will see. Then I've also got a not a variegated, a graduated yarn, and I was practicing my 3-ply, doing my chain plying, because that is a really good way to making sure that you've got a good graduation going on. And I wasn't brilliant at it. I now have had some very good recommendations on videos to watch and also some really helpful tips. So hopefully I'm going to be better when I actually get round to doing the graduated yarn video. What's next? So what did I get at the charity shop? Because that actually leads on to my next few projects. So I've got my bag down here, and it's actually got my library books in as well. So do those in a minute. So library books, but we'll do those in a minute. So what I was looking for was denim, and particular men's jeans, and these are brand new with tags, and there's plenty of fabric, and that's what I was looking for, a nice amount of fabric. And I mean, you can't go wrong, really. Brand new with tags, £4, and I've got enough fabric there for my project. And my project is to make an over-the-shoulder bag. So I have a sort of boho style over-the-shoulder crossbody bag that I made years and years ago. It is starting to look more like a hobo's bag than a boho bag. So I'm going to make one out of thrifted jeans and a lining. Now, originally I did think I was going to actually do a patchwork lining, and I have started some little hexes to do some EPP, and I will give you a little update on that in a minute. But the other thing I found when I was in the charity shop was something I think is going to make a really good lining. So down in the bag, and here it is, and this was £1 whole pound, and I mean, it feels like cotton, and so we've got, that's doubled up, so that's about 2 meters, 2 yards ish. And there was just a knock at the door, so I had to stop. It's just my neighbour telling me she was back, so I didn't need to feed the cat this afternoon, which is good. Anyway, right, where was I? Yes, fabric. So this was £1 whole pound, and it's cotton, well, it feels like cotton. And if I just, it's folded into, so if I do the old arm's length trick, like that, and I reckon it's about 2 meters or 2 yards, something like that. I should look on the selvage and see if I can find a company name or a brand or anything like that. Selvage, to see if I could find anything printed, but there isn't. It feels like maybe it's either sheeting weight or quilting weight, something like that. But it's, yeah. I should do a reverse search on it, shouldn't I? See if I can find it on Google, just see where it's from. So there you go. So that is going to be the lining. And I'm just going to lean over here a minute. So the last couple of evenings, I have been just tacking together, making little hexes, and it's a bit addictive. I sort of thought it was. I have been warned it's addictive. Yes, very addictive. But those will not go to waste. They will find a project. But the bag I'm going to make, now this is the original bag I made about 1 million years ago, and I unpicked it and have been sort of remaking it for quite a few years. And then I just stopped sewing after, oh, I don't know, I've barely sewn since I moved here, and was it 9 years ago we moved here? So I really have barely had the sewing machine out. So I definitely haven't made one of these bags for maybe 10 years, but this has been folded up in the bottom of the drawer as my template or my pattern for my bag. So that is a project, and I think I'm going to try and tackle that this weekend. The weather's awful, so I think that'll be a good project for this weekend. So the next thing I got from the charity shop was 2 balls of recycled cotton yarn, and they were 50p each, and 100% cotton and 200 grams. Can't go wrong. And now the dog's barking, so I'll be back in a minute. Magpies, of course, magpies. Right, what was I saying? Oh, it's down here again. Yeah, so 2 balls of cotton yarn. And what I've been doing, every time I see some cotton yarn in the charity shop, I have been buying it and then turning it into woven tea towels, because we don't have a dishwasher, so I do actually use tea towels. And these were 50p each, and I'll probably get, I might get 2 tea towels out of that. So that makes good sense. And I've really enjoyed making these. It's really simple. It's plain weave, and I'm doing it on my 15-inch rigid heddle loom, or is it 16-inch? Anyway, whatever it is, my rigid heddle loom. And yeah, so a bit more to add to my collection of yarn, so I can warp up and make another set of tea towels, which is very good, because as I say, I use a lot of tea towels. So that was everything that I got at the charity shop. Then I popped into the library and I had ordered a book and it'd come in. So it was the Hand Weaver's Pattern Book, and it's got lots and lots and lots and lots of different patterns. And now the dog wants to come and say hello. Oh dear. All right, come on then, little one. Come on. You going to stay in here? Are you going to stay in here? Oh, you want to go out? Okay, you can go out. Go on then. No, you want to come in because it's raining, don't you? Come on. Oh dear. Okay, it's because I'm talking to you. She wants to know who I'm talking to. So she's just down here. Whether she'll, whether she'll settle down, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so weaving book, and I don't really know how well I'm going to get on with it, but I thought, as part of my learning to weave, I would give it a go. So the other thing that I picked up, I keep meaning to buy myself a copy of this and I keep forgetting, but it was in the library. So it's all about beeswax, how to use beeswax. And so I picked up a copy so I can have this for 3 weeks, then renew it for another 3 weeks. So I've got 6 weeks with this. And actually, maybe I can renew it again after that. Anyway, so I've got a good long time with it, and I can definitely do some of the projects in here. Now, do you want to see the projects with beeswax? This is the question. Right, let me just reach over here. So this tub is full of beeswax from our bees. There's about 5 kilos here. Some of it needs cleaning a little bit. And I mean, I've made candles over the years, and I've probably shown you making lip balm and all sorts of things. So is that something you want to see on the channel? Because I'm quite happy to share it, but equally, if you're just not interested, it's fine. I mean, I'm to be doing it anyway, but so let me know. Is the beeswax craft something you'd like to see? Right, okay, so what was the next thing? Oh, I was going to show you my works in progress. Let me just put this back. So little dog is just settling down here. Right, so this is the shrug, the verdant shrug, and this is my hand spun, some of my mad sort of blended hand spun made out of all sorts of random bits and pieces. And I haven't got much more to do on it really. Got another cuff to do. I might make it a bit longer. I think I've got another skein of this, so I might just make it a little bit longer. So that's going very well. My second sock syndrome kind of getting a bit better, so I've done a heel flap on that one, and the big over socks that I'm knitting for Andrew, just on the heel flap, and that's the first sock. And I was going to do these as welly socks, but he decided that actually he wants them as over socks for when he's wearing his walking boots, which are a bit shorter. They're just like ankle boots. So I did change that slightly. And that's all I've got cast on. But down here I do have, hang on. So the next thing I'm going to cast on is this Kashgora, which is going to be for the Sophie scarf. But I want to get that shrug finished before I cast on the Sophie scarf. So those are my plans. Hang on. We've got Floral Delight today, which is actually delightful. Smells of bubblegum, tastes more of apples, really. Anyway, that was a bit of a kind of digression, wasn't it? So those are my plans, and I would love to know what your plans are. What sort of things are you going to be doing for the next coming season? I also have to think about the dye garden. I've got some woad planted and some Dyer's Rocket, or Weld is the other name for that, planted, germinated in a cold frame. So as soon as it sort of gets a bit warmer, sort of March time, that can go out in the garden. And I also want to start some other things. Again, if that's something you'd like to see on the channel, let me know. People do say that they don't mind me kind of showing all sorts of different things, and I'm quite happy to do that. Right, so I think the next job I've got is to light a fire, and I will see you really shortly. Bye for now.